There's a story of a Canadian illegal immigrant. She was at the Jersey Shore boardwalk, and she slapped a teenager for wearing Trump gear. She was wearing gear that said MAGA. And so the Canadian illegal immigrant smacked her, and she's now in ICE custody. Win for Patriots. Now let's watch this. Let's read this. Not watch. This article from the New York Post. A leftist Canadian woman allegedly slapped a teen who was wearing President Trump branded clothing on the Jersey Shore over the 4th of July weekend before she was arrested and detained. Keep going. And so lefty Canadian illegal immigrant was thrown into an immigration detention center after she allegedly slapped a teen on the boardwalk because she was wearing pro-Trump and ICE clothing, according to cops and sources. Now her TikToker husband, who previously posted disturbing videos wishing for President Trump's assassination and praying for the president's family to get cancer, is trying to raise money for her legal defense and is slamming the horrible conditions inside the Delaney Hall ICE lockup where she's being held. Caitlin Tracy is her name. She's 33. She confronted a group of 4 teenagers, including a 16-year-old girl with patriotic-colored MAGA sweatpants featuring the word ICE, at the Point Pleasant Boardwalk over the 4th of July weekend. She overstayed her visa and was in the U.S. illegally at the time of her arrest, and she was busted after getting into an argument with a teen and she slapped her across the face and the body on July 3rd. And so we have a tweet from the DHS that describes this. So, right here, Caitlin Tracy is a illegal alien from Canada who was charged with simple assault, neglect of a child, compounding crime, and harassing communication. She had allegedly struck a teenage girl wearing pro-Trump memorabilia on a boardwalk in Point Pleasant Beach during the 4th of July weekend. She was arrested by the Point Pleasant Beach Police Department, who facilitated a controlled transfer into ICE custody, where she will remain pending her immigration proceedings. She entered the United States on April 14th, 2024, on a visa set to expire on September 6th, 2024. In violation of our nation's law, she overstayed her visa and failed to deport. Look at her eyes. It's always in the eyes. Lifeless, soulless. Literally, there's nothing going on behind those eyes except for envy, seething rage, bitterness, resentment. And that's what motivates all of these leftists. That's why they can look at a teenage girl just wearing MAGA clothes, get up to her, confront her, and slap her across the face. I mean, how spiritually and mentally unwell do you have to be? Like, how evil and depraved do you have to be to go up to a teenage girl, and just because she's wearing pro-Trump gear, you go up to her and slap her across the face? And now, we won't watch this video, but we have her husband. His name is Matthew Gironi, and he's now asking for people to fund her legal expenses because she's in ICE custody. Now, again, if you're here illegally, you should be deported. There's no question about it. But we see examples of this guy. This guy is the same guy who celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk. This is right here. Look at this guy. I mean, he has an art poster on his wall featuring small children with the text, 1,000 virgins for Satan's master. I mean, just absolutely disgusting. Like, seriously disgusting. What a creep. He's actually satanic and demonic. And I don't say demonic to absolve him from any responsibility, but he literally is a demon. And what do we do with demons? We crush demons. We defeat demons. Like 1,000 virgins for Satan while he has children on that poster. I mean, that's so disturbing. In any period of society, of civil society, we would have arrested this guy immediately because he's a creep. He's a freak. And now here's a video of him celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk.
This one as an example. Now, over the next few days, you're going to hear a lot of people say it's wrong to celebrate someone's death. It's wrong to laugh when someone gets hurt that you politically disagree with. And what I have to say to that is they have no problem laughing at us. They have no problem laughing when people are ripped from their families by ICE. They have no problem laughing when people are denied medical care, housing, food, clothing, basic human decency. They laugh when people are denied their actual even existence. These people laugh when cops shoot down black kids or murder a black person by standing on his neck. They laugh when some kid chokes out a black guy in the subway and the president brings him to like a football game. They're always laughing at us. So why wouldn't I laugh when one of them takes it to the fucking neck and he's no more? The world is a lighter place now that he's gone. And I say, ha, ha, ha. First one, boys and girls.
You have to understand, dear view, this is the average leftist. This is the average leftist. They make these false equivocations so that they feel justified in their own mind. They've rationalized that you can celebrate, cheer, and advocate and even execute the murder of conservatives in this country. You heard his equivocations, right? He said, oh, they laugh when children are ripped apart from their families. No. We laugh when criminals get what they're due. You laugh at when black kids are killed by cops. No, actually, we don't. But if it's a 17-year-old, 16-year-old who was shooting people or trying to stab a cop, yeah, like, F around and find out. I'm not going to mourn for a violent criminal who's trying to kill people and kill a cop. Are cops not people either? George Floyd memes exist because George Floyd, it was all a lie. He was not an upstanding citizen. He was not a martyr for civil rights. He was a career criminal who terrorized his community his entire adult life. He was already overdosing on fentanyl, and he didn't die from the neck. He didn't die from asphyxiation. He died from drug overdose. And then the entire country burned down. The entire country, every corporation, every academic institution, completely flipped upside down to cater towards BLM. That's why we mock it. Because it's a false religion that emerged out of George Floyd being the patron saint of their woke, non-theistic, secular religion. That's literally why we mock it. Meanwhile, you mock Charlie Kirk being killed. For what? What was his crime? Talking to college students on college campuses? Like, these people are actually evil. Like, you have to understand. I'm so sick of the edgy, oh, I'm neither left or right. Christ first. I'm like, dude, do you not understand the headspace of all these leftists who believe in this and will be outspoken about how they feel about you? They want you dead for being a normal person from 10 years ago. If you are a normal person from 10 years ago, they think you're a far-right extremist who is worthy of death. And even if they don't say it outspokenly and outwardly, this is how they feel internally. This is how photos and videos of mocking Charlie Kirk's death amass hundreds of thousands of likes, millions of views of people celebrating, agreeing with it. Yeah, we live in a very dangerous time. And this is the average leftist. So good on ICE. Good on ICE. And you see the left is pretty quiet about this. Why? Because it's a white woman who was detained. They can't just say, oh, it's racism. They're just rounding up the browns to deport. Yeah, like, even if you're a Canadian and you're here illegally, bye-bye. So what we needed, we say this all the time, an aggressive crackdown on left-wing terrorism and an aggressive crackdown on illegals is so needed to save this country. Because someone who is walking around the shores of New Jersey slapping young teenage girls for being conservative, yeah, no thanks. We don't want that. We shouldn't tolerate that. Get out of our country. Get out. People always say, oh, aren't you Korean? They're going to deport you too. Okay, if they deport me, I have a home to go back to. And if deporting me is required for all the other illegals and the criminals to be deported so America could have a country again, I'll take one for the team. I don't care. Because why? I have a country to go back to. I have Korea to go back to. Where do Americans have to go back to? America is the birthright of Americans, not foreigners. So good on ICE. I hope this woman rots in the ICE facility as long as she can, and then she gets deported back to Canada. Because, Canada stand, Toronto stand. You guys can handle her. But, yeah, you have to understand that this is the norm for the left in America. And those who disagree with this, who are liberals, they've already left the left, and they are considered conservative now because they don't agree with political violence and agitation and insanity. So this woman, Caitlin Tracy, who slapped the girl, her husband, who has a painting of, 10,000 virgins for Satan with children and celebrates the death of Charlie Kirk and wants every conservative dead. Yeah, this is the normal state of the left today. You have to understand that. That's why nearly half of those who identify as leftists and liberal condone political violence. Understand where we're at right now. Understand where we're at. Prepare accordingly, navigate accordingly. Because you cannot be living in this weird, edgy, hippie naivete. Yeah, I'm just neither left nor right, bro. Like Christ is gonna redeem all. We have enemies trying to kill you and me and your family. God also calls us to be his hands and feet, to exercise prudent judgment and enact justice in society. We're not supposed to sit on our hands and just expect God to do everything. We're supposed to take up the mantle of Christendom and fight for Christ. So yes, pray in everything. Pray without ceasing. But if you're just going to sit on your hands and pray and use prayer as a guise for your cowardice, to hide behind prayer, to mask your cowardice, yeah, God is not well pleased with that.